Hey everyone. Um, I was doing this video in response to a video I already did, or the comments I got from I was talking about Black Panther crew being canceled, and some comments about they felt some people thought it was anti-white because of the topic of gentrification. Um, and actually had me thinking. 'Cause at first I was like, whoa, because the book does sort of deal with gentrification, and it's part of the plot. Um, if you don't know, Black Panther crew is the Black Panther, who's now a Marvel movie, and it's a team of other characters. It was originally the original crew was the kind of book that came, what year it came out, um, like 2000 something, by Christopher Priest, um, and the new one is Tanahashi Coates and a cartoon co-writer. I have the comic book somewhere. Oh well. Anyway, it actually had me thinking, and I guess it's interesting because I would say that gentrification is more economic and class is part of the issue, but um, I guess this is probably an issue when you do something, you tie something to real world issues. It's not always as simple as it is, and people have their own views, and it might reflect on what you're doing and your other writers' views. But I don't know. It had me thinking, like in the case of something like gentrification, like in Harlem or in Detroit or like areas. Um, I would say it's about, but I guess race does tie into it in a way, because these were areas that might have been more race in like Harlem, Detroit, mostly black, Latino, depending. Um, and a lot of people that are coming in gentrification happen to be white. There are also other people of like different classes like coming in too, but if you are of one demographic and another demographic, a visual demographic, I should say, comes in, and you can see, oh, this is happening. If I was to move to Harlem and say well, not really wealthy, but if I am in there or something like that, and people wouldn't really realize it, maybe until like my accent or something, but the scene. Um, so sometimes I think some things those could probably get tied in. I mean, gentrification has happens like say in mostly white areas as well, but I don't think there's not that visual. And I guess I should go back to Pat. I mentioned that it was economic, and I said no, Harlem's not poor, but I was looking at this stuff thing, and I think that the median was like income is $37. I'm not saying Harlem when I say that economic. I'm not always necessarily like dirt poor, but like you can be like working class or something like that, and another person comes in, and I think the issue with some people who have gentrification, and I should say, is that sometimes what often happens, and it's probably the real reason, people get upset a lot about things. It's like you have something set up for that certain people at certain incomes and levels, like, and usually when you have gentrification, it's usually people of a higher income, and what happens is say you're a renter or something like that, and somebody realizes, oh, this place area is now popular. I can get charged a higher price for my services, the rent or whatever, and so what happens is stuff like that, prices go up and stuff, rent and stuff like that goes up. And the people that were originally there, they were at a certain economic level, and this raising of the rent and stuff like that, and the bills and everything, often happens into a point that they can't afford, and so they can move out. Now, that's what I was going on when I said that in the comment. Now, somebody mentioned that Harlem's not poor. I says the economics different, people of different levels in this area, but the people that are getting hurt by this would be the poor people of Harlem, or the middle class people of Harlem, the working class people of Harlem, depending, they might not be able to afford because it's a hot spot now. Um, duration, and that's where the issue comes in. Now, as I mentioned, things tie, and I would say it's economic is the real reason, but I have to admit that yeah, race can just play because if you, as I mentioned, you see somebody that looks a certain way, you might have their issues, and so that can be always cleared in. Um, yeah, and that's what I was just thinking. And with the Black Panther comic book, when I first heard the comic, I was surprised because yes, gentrification was mentioned. Like there's the plot of the storyline is like there was an activist guy who was murdered, and the the first issue that he was protesting gentrification in Harlem. But the first two issues, really, the story didn't really touch that much on gentrification. Um, it really was like more on the focus of, okay, who murdered this guy, and it was apparently we find out this guy had a superhero team in the past, and it was like unknown people, and then you get a little bit of that story, and that was pretty much it. And the formation of the team, the crew, Black Panther crew, which is like a really slow, like we pretty much get like each issue seems to be more of like focusing on one member as a team starts to form. And that's pretty much most of the story. And so I didn't really see it. I mean, 'cause it didn't touch on black and whiteness really, except for the third issue, which came out after I made the video, or at least I didn't watch it until after I read it until after I did the video out. Which kind of did put it out because they wanted somebody to own the a building about the gentrification area that just litigated, and he was a white guy, and Black Panther was in it, so they're both black characters, and they had a thing. They didn't fight, so it's a very interesting thing. On one hand, the book didn't seem to be like about them fighting gentrification, which I think with some of the comments made it sound like you have the Black Panther Storm, Luke Cage, and Misty Knight coming in and beating up white people moving into Harlem, which wasn't at all the case. But as I said, it's tied into real world, and like I said, when you have areas like I'm not really from New York, so I don't really know the full Harlem how people put it. I'm from Michigan, so I can look at it like in like Detroit or something like that. I see that. I'm not from Detroit either, but I'm from the burbs. And so I can see the arguments there. Some people do feel like, oh, these areas are getting, gentrified. That's where we get the cover and everything, like, or keep, the original people from Detroit. But it's a weird thing when you think about it, though. But it's saying it's a lot of real world issues, and that can be a danger of using it in the comic. But like now, after that, I can see, even when I first read the comments about people like getting upset, I'm like, oh, this anti-white or something like that, felt like, or that's what they felt like. I was like, doesn't seem like that. But after looking at it and thinking about it, I could see their perspective. And like I said, the third issue did kind of get a little. It wasn't like a fight, like anti-white. I could see it. You got the black heroes and the guy who they had to investigate to see what he was, and I don't even want to get out spoilers. Maybe I can. I don't know. That's my video, but there's a tie in some other stuff that's going on in the Marvel universe right now. But it was black and white. You had the guy that is. So I can see where some people are like, ugh. But that's it, I guess. I just wasn't thinking about that. It was a very interesting thing. I think gentrification is a very complex issue. It can be very complex. I don't know how well they'll handle this in this comic book. And I brought it up because I was upset that the comic got canceled before it hit like trade, which is probably where it might do better. But I also feel like because that's also what happened to the other Black Panther spin-off. And I'm not sure how well the trades for Tales of Wakanda have came out yet. But it'd be interesting. I know I saw something the other day, like the Black Panther main series. They're like the first volume was like on the top 3 or something like that on trade sales or something like that. So probably the middle one was like Black Panther was number 1, and then the second volume was number 3 or something, at least for that month. And so it seemed like it was doing well. So it was kind of interesting to see, other books how those are doing. But I can now understand why some people might back away because of like real issues. You have your view, you might apply other stuff. I'm not sure exactly what everyone else view who's writing the book. And I was saying how was going to happen because really right now it didn't really. I think it's interesting is that it's brought up. Gentrification is brought up is like a background issue, but it's not the main part of the story. It's not even really touched on that much, except for like I mentioned the protest and the third issue just a bit more. So I don't know what's going on, how much they're going to go into it. Yeah, I don't know how well they'll handle it really. It's a very, and the thing about this book, it's a very slow build. You know, this is the way it's written. It's written, as I mentioned, trade paperback. I think for trade paperback. So who knows when the storyline is complete, how a handle will work with everything. I don't know, and honestly, the way they seem like it's going, I don't know if to say it's good or bad. It's just more like, oh, supervillainous stuff coming on, and so how that would work, how people would take that. I don't know, but as I said, I can see where the people that are upset about it have the point. I kind of disagree, but fairly. I hope you guys understand. But I'm not saying it, but like I said, it can always be. I can see where you guys disagree with it, and honestly, I'm not sure where the book is going with it. Honestly, and so it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, and that's pretty much my video. I mean, as I said, it's like a real world issue, and it's can have different things. It would be interesting. I mean, you could do the same story and say, I'm trying to think of mostly white area. I think I remember reading something about like Silicon Valley once, like when it was becoming Silicon Valley. There are issues of gentrification because a lot of the people were originally there. I mean, it's like I said, different class levels and economic levels, but the poor level were being squeezed out because they were getting because people were going for the Silicon Valley, the people with the technology money and stuff like that. They were coming in and so there was like a thing like that, which is similar thing you would see in like I guess right now in Harlem, in Detroit, or wherever place else is being gentrification. But and as a real issue, I think gentrification is an interesting thing because it's like I don't have people push for it because they think it's making everything better, but it's I don't know. I guess there's a lot, like I said, with gentrification, and as I mentioned, the economic issue. I always think, and also I always feel like, it's my view, I guess, like I said, it's a worldwide issue. Like people look at, oh, these people coming in and making everything better, but yeah, the original people there, or it's weird saying the original people there, especially like places like Harlem, like because people's demographics always change. I mean, Harlem is seen in Detroit for matter as well. It's like black areas, mostly black areas, minority areas, but then the past there were mostly white areas, and so things change. People move out. We come in. It's always in a flux, I guess. So it's also an issue. But I guess I don't know. Where was I going? I'm just rambling on. I guess my point was really going to say that I guess the issue I have with gentrification is that sometimes, and it can be a benefit to the area, but people figure out how to make things work for other people. Like, if you're bringing up people here coming in, are you helping other people? How are you having programs or something like that might help people with the change? Make sure people they can pay for their rent, like that. The economy, doesn't knock everyone out. Or just be honest, like a lot of areas have like schools aren't as well as they should be. How are you putting stuff people have the skills to get jobs and start businesses that would put them in the higher level to match everyone else coming in, stuff like that. But that's it. I guess my video. I made some comments on the other video, but I thought I should spread out another video, maybe explain more. Hope that does, and yeah. I guess let me know what you think. Everything, comments if you like, subscribe. If you want. If you don't, cool. Notification bell and all that. Get notified about my videos. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Bye.